Hi, people of YouTube. So this is my follow-up review of the Psy Changeling series. I wanted to get through a couple more of the books before I gave you my opinion. I'm still not sure how I feel about this series. It's an okay series. It's not the greatest series that I've read. I've read some other paranormal series that are much, much better, but as is typical with me, I have all the books, so I'm going to read them because I haven't spent this money on these books for nothing. So let me tell you, I finished the Hostage by Pleasure, and this is the 5th book in the series, and this is Dorian's story along with Ashaya. And Dorian is, again, like I said, there's the back plot that's going through all of the books. And the back plot through all of the books is that there is this war that's going on between the Psy, which are the emotional robotic people, and the Changeling, which are the race of people that are hybrid with an animal. And the Psy basically went through this period called the Silence, and the Silence is what was supposed to take out madness from them, because many of the Psy were suffering from many emotional disorders as a result of being part of their race. So that's the backstory. So that's that war that's going on with the Psy Council, and them trying to seize power from the rising Changeling pack is the backstory. And then each book is a story of a Psy and a Changeling and a mate and fated mates and that whole thing. So Dorian is a very complicated character because he is latent, and that means that he is not able to transition into his pack, into his his leper half or his animal half. He's born with a defective gene, so he has to learn how to be in his human body all the time, but still use his animal instincts. And he's gotten to be very good at it. He's a sniper, and he is a valued member of the pack. And he has a sister, and his sister is murdered by a Psy when he is a child. And so he is very bitter against the Psy and very angry towards the Psy. And so when Ashaya comes along, he is like, there is no way that I am going to even be civil with her, let alone, develop any kind of feeling. So when the feelings start to develop, he is just like, no way, no how, not happening. And so basically, it's their story of trying to find, trying to find a balance, and she's trying to find her humanity, and he is trying to not blame her for things that have nothing to do with her. And so she's a research scientist, she is a biologist, and it does have a happily ever after. Again, with all of these books, it's just a 4-star for me, maybe even 3.75. So overall, pretty decent. So that's Dorian's story. So then you've got this short story novella collection. It's a bind up. And I don't know, I think maybe Nailani Singh must have written this. She wrote this in 2016. And for whatever reason, these stories read so much better. I've read 2 of them because they fall within where they fall in the plot line in all of the books. I've only read 2 of them so far, and both of them have been 5-star, and they read so much better. So there's a little short novella in here about Dorian when Dorian was a child, and how he comes to deal with his latency and what that means for him and his position in the pack, and how he's accepted and how he's pushed and transitioned. There's something significant that I won't spoil for you that happens at the end of this book, and it's addressed in this book as well. And you see Dorian come into his own and be the leopard that he was meant to be, as well as the man he's meant to be. And so it's really beautiful. And again, this book I think is written much better than the other books. Okay, got to refer to my Goodreads here. So then the next book in the series that I read was Branded by Fire. And Branded by Fire is Mercy's story with Riley. And so these are, let's see, from 2 changeling packs. Riley, they're both dominant. And all the men in this series are very, very dominant because of their animal side. They, the dominance comes out, and they want to protect. They want to take care of. They want to. They really respect the women in the pack. They want to take care of the children, and they are definitely all alpha males. So Mercy is from the Dark River pack, and Riley is from the Snow Dancer pack. Mercy is the Dark River pack are leopards, and the Snow Dancer packs are wolves. And so as Dorian gets mated and is the last of the Snow Dancer pack, of the adults to be mated, there's nobody left for Mercy. And so they're sort of like, what is Mercy going to do? What's going to happen for her? Because she's so dominant, and she's one of the dominant females in the pack. She has to mate with somebody who is as equally dominant as she is, or more dominant. And so there's nobody in her pack that's left. So what's going to happen for Mercy? So then Mercy has known Riley for a long time, because there's this fragile alliance between the wolves and the leopards, Snow Dancer and Dark River. So there's this fragile alliance between them. And so as a result of this alliance, he is a lieutenant, and he's a lieutenant, and she is an equal. What is she considered? It's not called a lieutenant in her pack, but it's basically the same position. And so they're used to being at the top. They're used to telling everybody else what to do, and being respected and not being coddled. And so these two get together, and it's really tough, because in order for a mating to take place, Mercy has to allow herself to be vulnerable, and vulnerable enough to respect the mate, as well as to respect him, and to allow him to be a little bit more dominant in situations. And that's really hard for Mercy to do. And Riley is like, they call him the wall, because nothing gets past him. He's dogged, he's determined. When something comes his way, he's not going to let it go. And you find that Riley is dominant, but he's subtly dominant, and he is dominant in ways that work with Mercy and her personality. And so this is their struggle to figure it out, and to come to their own and be accepted, both for them to accept one another, for their packs to accept the fact that you have two, a leopard and a wolf coming together, and then for their family, Mercy's family mainly, because there's something specific about Riley that you'll find out about his family, to accept as well. So this book was, again, same 3.75. Interesting, fun ride, no problem. This book, this is the 7th book in the series. The 7th book in the series. It's called Blaze of Memory. And Blaze of Memory is Dev Santos's story, along with this other character named Katya. I have no idea anything other than that. I am not invested in these characters. They came out of the blue. Dev is the president of this organization that one of the other characters early on, in earlier books, it was it Faith? It's Dorian's mate, Talon. Talon has an association with Dev Santos. But I sort of felt like I'm uninterested in these characters. Why are you introducing these characters? What relevance do they have? It's not like I'm learning, or there's an introduction of other pack mates, or the characters that we've come to love, that I'm interested in, want to find out more about. So I'm just like, what is this, and why are we doing this? So far for me, this is a 2. Not interested at all. We'll see if it gets any better. I don't know. Like I said, I have all the books in the series, so I'm gonna finish them, but I'm sort of feeling like at this point right here, I'm just like not feeling it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what we're doing. So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you posted. But that is my review of those books so far. Would I recommend them? Probably not. Probably not. It's not doing anything like outstanding for me. There are so many other paranormal romance stories that you could read that are much more interesting and are much more action-packed, and the storyline and the plot line are easy to follow. This is kind of complicated. It's taken me a little while for me to get into it and really understand what's going on. So, food for thought there. But that is all I have for today. I am going to be uploading a video this weekend, and I think it'll be something along the lines of this is what my TBR is going to be. I have an itch. What my TBR is going to be, or if you like this or you like that. If you like this, then you would like that. That's my thoughts, but we'll see what I do. Please like, subscribe, and chit chat with me and interact with me in the comments. And that is all I have for today. So thanks for hanging out. I so appreciate you guys. Bye.